from Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This defense for the Texans, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Fields on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields
steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And the Texans scoop it. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On the jet sweep, there goes Collins.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out.
Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have the...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Texans at 500 at 6-6. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. On play action, they'll throw.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Turner.
Complete to number 49. A gain of 14.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Fields. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20. And the Colts, first down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
One play action, Fields. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
7-yard line. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here's Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
From 4 yards out. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
I thought that was a nice job there of feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Texans, nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Indianapolis.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Now it's Fields. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 66 yards.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll drop to throw.
Sends it to Mechie along the sideline.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even even further.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go, Reed, go.
Here's Pierce. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
So from inside the 20. Here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And now here is another interception.
And the Colts are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
First down, Indianapolis.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's the end of the
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 30 on 2nd down. Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 39 yards.
And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Fields.
To the right side, complete to Taylor.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Colts, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.